When working with multi-digit subtraction, third grade students build upon what they learned in second grade and apply the methods to larger numbers. In addition, they use the U.S. customary method for subtraction, also known as the standard algorithm. Third graders are expected to learn, understand, and explain each method, but are encouraged to use methods that make the most sense, as well as include a proof picture when needed. Expanded method for subtraction. One method third graders may use for subtraction is called the expanded method. This method helps children connect their understanding about place value and the need to ungroup in certain situations. Today I'm going to be showing you an example of 364 subtract 187. I have already made my proof picture with 3 hundreds, 6 tens or 60, and 4 ones. The first way I'm going to be showing you is ungrouping from right to left, which is the traditional way. After making the proof picture, the children would then say 364 is equal to 300 plus 60 plus 4. 187 is equal to 100, 80 plus 7. So we're going to be working from right to left, and the first thing we would ask ourselves, is there enough 4s to take 7 away? And there is not enough, so we would ungroup a 10 and make the 10 ones. I now have 14 ones and 50. Then I would ask myself, is there enough 50 to take 80 away? And there is not. So I would ungroup a 100. So I now have 200. And I would now make 10 tens. And now that everything is ungrouped, I can go back and actually do my subtraction. So I would now say, yes, there's enough 14 to take 7 ones away. I have 7 left. Oh, and I apologize, I forgot to make this now 150 with my 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 20, 30, 40, 50. So my 150 here. I now take 80 away from my 150. And I have 70 left. And I now take 100 away from my 200, and I have 100 left, and I add these numbers up. 100 plus 70 plus 7 equals 170. I'm going to continue on with the expanded method. This time I'm going to ungroup from left to right. Again, I'm going to make a proof picture to match my equation. 364 subtract 187. I have 3 hundreds, 60, and 4 ones, which equals 300 plus 60 plus 4. 187 equals 100 plus 80 plus 7. This time I'm going to be working from left to right. So I'm going to ask myself, is there enough 300s to take 100 away? There is. I'm then going to look to the 10s. Is there enough 60s to take 80 away? There is not. So I ungroup 100 and make my new 10 tens. And now I have 160 tens. Now I move on to the ones. Is there enough 4s to take 7 away? There is not. So I have to ungroup a 10 and make 10 ones. Ungroup a 10, I now have 15 tens or 150, and I now have 14 ones. Now that I have ungrouped everything and put it so that I can subtract everything, I will now take, and I apologize, this 100, when I took that and ungrouped the 100, I now have 200, forgot to write that. So now 200, take 100 away, is 100. 150, take 80 away, is 70. 14, take 7 away, is 7. My answer is 177.
Can you show the expanded method for subtraction?
Yes, I'll expand it. 300 plus 60 plus 4 minus 100 plus 80 plus 7. Now I'll make my proof drawing. Now I will, so I have 4, I can't subtract 7 because I don't have enough ones, so ungroup from a 10 for now 10 ones. Now I will ungroup the 60 for now 50, and now I'll have 14 ones. So now we're gonna go to the tens. I can't subtract 50 from 80 because I don't have enough tens, so now I'll ungroup 100 for now 10 tens. So I'll ungroup the 300 for now 200. Now I have 150. So now I can subtract now. 14 minus 7 is 7. 150 minus 80 is 70. 200 minus 100 is 100. The answer is 177.
Another method used in 3rd grade is the ungroup first method. This method connects the expanded method to the U.S. customary method. Students analyze the quantities before subtracting and make any ungrouping before subtracting. Students can work from left to right or right to left. Take 187 away from 364. I've made my proof picture of 300, 6 tens, and 4 ones. I'm then going to start at the ones, and I'm going to look to see if I have enough ones to take 7 away. I do not, so I'm going to ungroup a 10. I now have 5 tens, and I've added the 10 new ones over to the ones, and I now have 14 ones. I'm now going to look at the tens, and I'm going to ask myself, do I have enough tens to take 8 away? I do not. I need to ungroup a 100 and make 10 tens. I now have 200s and 15 tens. I've done all of my regrouping. I can start to do my subtracting. I'm going to take 7 away from my 14. Get 7. I'm going to take 8 away from my 15 and get 7 tens. I'm going to take 100 away from my 100s and get 177. So I'm going to look at my number 364 and my proof picture with 3 hundreds, 6 tens, and 4 ones. Looking at my 364, I'm going to ask myself, do I have enough hundreds to take 100 away? I do. Do I have enough tens to take 8 away? I do not. I need to ungroup 100. And replace 10 tens, which now gives me 16 tens. I then ask myself, do I have enough ones to take 7 away? I do not. I need to ungroup a 10 for 10 ones. I now have 15 tens and 14 ones. I can now subtract from my 200. I can take 100 away and get 100 left. Have 100 left. From my 15 ones, I need to take 8 away. I have my 5, 6, 7 tens. And of my 14 ones, I need to take 7 away. And I have 7 ones.
Can you show the ungroup first method?
Yeah, first I'll draw my proof drawing. I have to take away a 10 because we don't have enough ones to subtract. And then I have to take away 100 because I can't subtract tens. Then I can subtract it all. 14 minus 7 would be 7. Oops. 15 minus 8 would be 7. 4 minus 1. No, 4 minus, wait. 2 minus 1 would be 1. And it's 177.
The last method third graders learn is the U.S. customary method. This is a method most families are used to from their own school experience. Children are introduced to this method in third grade and are expected to master it in fourth grade. This is also the method that's considered the standard algorithm. I have again drawn a proof picture to represent my 300s, my 6 tens, and my 4 ones. I look at my ones and ask myself if I can take 7 away. If I have enough for 7 to be taken away from that, I do not. I need to ungroup a 10. I now have 14 ones and 5 tens. I can now take 7 away from my 14 ones. 7 ones. I now look at my tens and ask myself if I can take 8 away from the 5. I cannot. I have to ungroup 100 and make 10 tens, which now gives me 15 tens and 2 hundreds. I can now take my 8 away from 15 and have 7. Can now take my 100 away from 200 and have 177.
Can you show the standard algorithm for subtraction, otherwise known as the U.S. customary method?
Sure, I'll draw my proof drawing. Now, since I don't have enough ones, I'm gonna take from the tens or ungroup. Trade 10 for 10 ones. I'm gonna do 14 minus 7, which equals 7. And since I don't have enough tens, I'm gonna ungroup 100 to make 10 tens. Can't take away 8. That leaves me with 7 tens. And I'm going to take away 100, which leaves me with 1. And I got 177.